it's Helen. This one is going to be a Pilates class, but it is one we normally use these gliders are gliders for at Ryland Centre. So if you have these, you can get carpet ones or hard floor ones, then grab it. If not, which I suspect a lot of you haven't, then a good old pair of socks on a hard floor is going to work well. So if you've got a hard floor and some socks, then you're a-okay for this one. Weights if you've got it, and you will want a mat for some of it. As ever, listen to your body and modify or leave out anything that doesn't feel right for you. But yeah, let's get going and have some fun with this one. So, I'd recommend one sock on. So there might, well, you know your safety. So you can have one sock on, and then there'll be some changing the socks round. If you decide to work with two, then just be really careful that you're not going to stuck it. Okay? So, I will stick my socks on. Trusty ski socks. Right, we'll get warmed up first, and then we'll get going. So, feet together, toes out, heels out, rocking your weight forward and back. Think about lengthening up through the spine, open through the collarbones, nestle those shoulders down. Imagine that peach between chin and chest, so you've got nice length along the back of your neck. Feet to a standstill, soften the knees, hands onto hips, and get that pelvis moving. So hips to ribs to lengthen tailbone down, and roll hips away to let tailbone out. Ribs stay still and soft. This comes from your pelvis. Depending on what time of day this is and what you've been doing, you might feel quite stiff, so don't worry if your range is quite small. Just see if you can gradually increase as you go. So find your neutral, so that will be lengthening the tailbone bones down slightly. So you've got that rib to hip connection, and then lengthen through the legs and check you can maintain that. So we're going to float arms forward and do Tory soldier. So float one arm up, one down, and switch. Lola's coming to have an investigate. That's taking the rug up, and switch. So if you want more challenge, come on to tiptoes, draw those ankle bones into one another, and get everything warmed up. Right, come down from the heels if you're there. Coordination challenge. One comes up, one down. We circle out, so they switch, and into centre. We go again, one up, one down. Circle, and centre. And again. The less you think about this, the easier it gets. And circle. And in. Soften through the knees, so you're sitting back into that squat. Pop the pelvic tilts here, so tucking tailbone under, sticking bum out, find that neutral. Two little pulses. Press the floor away, up onto tiptoes, draw the ankle bones in. Keep going here, so two little pulses. And rise. And again. So check in, can you keep that neutral as you sit back into that squat? Couple more. And relax it down here. Full roll down, chin to chest. Roll it down. Release the head at the bottom. I should have probably still chose some thinner socks in the waist. Roll them up. And a couple of shoulder rolls. Right, so we're going to start with challenging into the abdominals first. So you're going to come down, hands onto a mat or something so they don't slide, and you will need both socks on for this one, or both feet on the gliders, okay? So hands are onto your mat. You could have knees down on the mat as well, depending on comfort here. So hands just forward with the shoulders, spread those fingertips. Check into rib to hip, you've got that neutral. We're going to tuck those toes, so you can either keep both knees down and slide one leg away. Make sure that leg's not just hanging there. Press the back of the knee to the ceiling so the full leg is active. Slide back in. Other side. And fold. So keep going here and just check you can move while maintaining that neutral. If this is fine, you can hover the knees, press one back, come back in, other side. might find you want to tap down in the middle, or you might find you get stuck and you might need leg down before coming back in. You can hover up, lengthen, knee down, fold, other side. If you find, you can keep that hover, lengthen and fold. Keep alternating. So key with this, make sure you can breathe. There'll be a quiver on if both knees are off the floor. Keep pressing the floor away. Couple more. Last one. Bring it down and back off those wrists. We'll come down onto forearms and work into a sweep to the side, and then we'll bring it up into standing, okay? To really show you it's not all going to be on the arms. So, you're going to come to a low plank with this one. So we can keep one leg bent, lengthen one leg, and you sweep to the side. You want to try and stay stacked over that support leg rather than rolling to the side, and that way that support leg will be working nicely. And you can see where you can sweep that leg to. You'll get abdominals kicking in. So you sweep back and sweep round. So we'll do a few on one side. Sweep. Two more, and then we'll go to the other side. So that should be a challenge to that point to see where you can sweep that leg. Your obliques will really be kicking in. And one more because I lost count. Back it up. Give the arms a little sweep if you want, and we'll go either side. So coming down onto forearms. Support leg nice and wide. Lengthen through the other leg. Check in you've got that neutral in your lower back. And then see where you can sweep with the other one. So slow and steady is better here, so you can challenge into that top range. Ensure you're breathing. Keep pressing the floor away through the forearms. Few more. Sweep. And last two. Sweep. Last one. And back. Good work. Alive. There'll be one more in this position because you guys like it when we do it in class. It's when we pike up. So into that same forearm position, and I'll give you two options. So you've got somewhere to go with it, okay? So you're down onto forearms, and I interlace hands with this one, it's just how I prefer to do it. So you can either hover knees off, and you're working on sending bum high. You really press the floor away, head stays off the floor, then you stay tucked, and you might want to come down between, so you hover knees, press the floor, then come back. Or, I don't interlace hands actually, I've just found out. I have them flat on the floor. So you can press to plank, and then the same thing though, you'd be bum up, press the floor away, so my head is nowhere near the floor. And then you come back to a strong plank. So press bum up high, and come back. Or, knees are bent, hover, and bum comes up high, and back. So go a couple more of them if you want to, and then come up onto your feet. So options of weights for this bit, and we won't need mat now for this section. So the good thing about sliders or socks is it keeps everything closed chain, everything can stay on the floor, which helps with control instead of having to pick it up and put it down. So it can be nice to do it that way. So we're going to work with reverse lunge. So you're going to think about that rib to hip connection. So lengthen tailbone down. You can still breathe into that belly though. We're not locking everything down, so you can't take that full breath. So focus on keeping that rib to hip. We're going to slide one leg back. and come to that lunge. So your choice how low, we're coming back up. So check in rib to hip that as you come down, you can get back up without shifting that. If you come down and get back up, you find you have to lead with the shoulders or heave forward, you've gone too far. Okay, so you want to focus on that rib to hip. So we're making that leg do the work to come back up. So if you're happy here, you can add arms forward. So we'll go for a few more here and then I'll give you an option on the bottom. Press. So you can still breathe. So option. Hold into your next one, come up an inch or so. We slide in, we go back, fully lengthen through that leg. In, back. So some burning on that front leg. You can hold arms out. Abdominals will feel this then. I know it burns. 2 more. Last one. Press away. Give that leg a wriggle. And we've got the other side to do. So, catch your breath. Lengthen that tailbone down. And just get happy this side what your range is. So check you can get down, you can get up without any shift through the middle, and you can feel that front leg doing the work. Once you're there, play around with arms. But you're thinking slow and controlled. So if that means your range is here, keep control, go with it. The other thing I haven't mentioned so far is you want to avoid that knee dropping in to have to get you up. So you want knee staying in line with the foot to get up. Okay? Probably a couple more and then we'll add that option of that hold. So on your next one, go into range, press the floor, come up an inch, slide it in, slide it back, press the knee back fully. And breathe. I know that front leg hates me right now. Smile, check there's no tension coming into those shoulders. Couple more, 2, and 1. Come on up. Oh. Okay, have a little walk out on that, and then facing me, we're going to work with a forward, a side, and a back. Are we? No, we'll do forward, side, and a curtsy, okay? So, right leg. Weight options, you can keep them down by your side, in front, out to the side, or you can move them as we go. So we're going to take our right leg, rib-hip connection, we're going to sink into the squat. So there won't be masses of range there, out to the side, keep hip, knee, ankle in alignment, we don't want that knee dropping in. Sweep it behind, focus on hips level, you come low, you come up. So in your own time, sweep forward, to the side, take it behind, hips stay level, come back up, and again. I know you just work this leg, and sink. Good, 2 more rounds. Last lot. Sweep. Hips level. Come up. Give that leg some TLC. Right, I'm going to go the other side. So check where you're at this side, what your range is. Lengthen tailbone, get that rib to hip. You fold forward, you're in control of that knee. To the side, hips stay level. The reason I keep talking about that is because we tend to dip and sit into that hip. So that means not much is happening in the bum. If we keep the hips level, then both glutes are more active, okay? So go slow and controlled rather than just racing through it. So when you're ready, we sink, come up. Press wide, you're in control of that knee. Come up, hips level. Come low. And again. And sink. And again. Hips level. 2 more. Last one. And sink. Come on up. Wiggle. Okay. So we're going to come down to the floor, but we want our feet off the mat. So you might want to double it over so bum and head are on. Woo. Bring the weights in case I change what I do. And pop them either side of the middle. So we're going to work with a bridge with the hamstring elements. This is quite strong on the hamstrings, okay? So see how you get on. You might prefer socks off for this and just keep it as a static bridge. Pillow for cushion if you want, under the head. So, we're lying down and feet are close. So, hip to rib, press the lower back into the floor, but check you can still breathe. And we're going to lengthen one leg out and come back in. Then the other leg. So just check you can do that without the lower back arching or the ribs popping, okay? So you need that control here. So we're moving hip, but we don't want the pelvis or lower back getting involved. Fab. So you can stay there doing that, or we can take it to a bridge. So hands down on the floor. You're going to bring hips to ribs to press the lower back into the floor quite strongly. Press up through your heels, drawing your knees in. So focusing on keeping pressing through the heels, hips stay lifted and level. You're going to slide one leg. It might not go fully straight and fold back in. Other side, slide and bring back in. If you feel it into the lower back, you've lost that tuck, so come lower, hip to rib to press that lower back and then lift back up. And then go again, so slide. So the toes will come off if you're really lengthening. Back in, other side. And fold. If this is feeling fine, you can play with lengthening out. And then walking one in, then the other. Really strong on hamstrings. So you might choose to ignore me on that. If you do that, breathe out. Walk one in, then the other. So take your option, a couple more. Toes will come off fully if you lengthen into end range on that. Breathe it out. And fold. If you feel that into the lower back at all, don't take it as an option. Not because you're going to damage anything, but we want the hamstrings doing the work, not the lower back taking over. So rein it in and work on the single leg option. Hamstrings are still working, Billy-O. Last couple. Lower down. One knee in towards chest. And then the other. And a little roll or a rock. Okay, we're going to come up to seated and have legs out long. So, picking up the weights if you've got them. We are going to work on a roll back. So you're up on your sit bone, legs are out straight. If that's not comfortable, soften the knees, press them into one another. You're going to roll off that sit bone, so you're tucking under, creating that C shape. Press the feet away, lock them into one another or lock them down to the floor. We're going to lift arms overhead. You should feel abdominals kicking in. And we come sit back up. So you roll off sit bone, so you might be able to challenge further into range before you add that lift, but lock the feet together, otherwise they're going to want to pop off. And we curl, step back up, and again. So create that C. If you're lifted through the chest here, it's epically hard work. You need to soften through the middle. Create that C. Before stepping back up. One more and then we're going to add on. So as we step back up, we're going to add a sweeper out with the legs and arms, come back in. So you roll, add that arm challenge, or abdominal challenge I should say. Step it back up, open, refold, and again. And if you want to add a reach down to the feet before, so you step back up, reach to the feet, step back up, sweep, back in, couple more. Last working bit, lengthen, stack it up, sweep to the feet, stack it back up, sweep wide, together. Last one. Stack it up, sweep to the feet, long spine there, open and together. Pop the weights down and have a lie back onto that back. Oh, got a sweat on with that. One knee in towards your chest, gently holding either on the knee or underneath. Connect with that breath.